Okay, YouTube, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple Knight Rider circuit with an Arduino. Some of the things you will need are an Arduino. This just happens to be an Uno, a small breadboard or Arduino Proto Shield, some jumper wires or any scraps of wire would do, a small 1K resistor, bands brown, black, and red, or anything under 1K, and 6 LEDs. These can be any size. So now that we have all of our materials, let's start working on this. First, I'm going to lay out the breadboard and the Arduino with the digital PWM pins facing the Arduino. Now I am going to start placing in the LEDs to all of the cables with a positive in the front rails and a negative in the back rail. Basically, this will just give me one main rail to hook all of my connections, negative connections, up to. So we already got 3 in so far. We're going to put another 3 in. Let me just move this down so you can see this. We already got 5 in. There's 4. Make sure all the negatives are in the back. Now that we have all of our LEDs connected just the way we want them, we're going to add our resistor right here. Basically what this will do is keep the LEDs from blowing out. I tested it without the resistor and it worked okay for a little while, but the lights started changing different colors, so you might want to watch out for that. And we're just going to place the resistor right here in the breadboard. And I'll bend it down to the side just to make it look a little bit nicer. Okay, now that we got all of that set, we are going to make our jumper wire connection. So get your set of jumper wires or scraps of wires. In this case, I'm going to be using red jumper wires so I can get the best results. Let me just get all these red ones out of here. I have red and orange right here, but I'm only going to be using the red. So what we're going to do is line up the breadboard and the Arduino kind of with the pins that we want them to go on to. And we're going to start making our connections. I used pins 2 through 7 to make all of these connections right onto here. So what we're going to do is hook them up in a series the way they're supposed to go. Pin 2 will hook up to LED number 1. Whoops. Pin 3 hooks up to LED number 2, and so on and so forth. We got 3 done and 3 to go. Sometimes you may have to bend your jumper wires a little bit to make them fit. Jumper wires are very easy to use, and you can easily get a set in any electronics store, like Radio Shack, Fry's Electronics. Any store that sells electronics parts should have it. Because what good would be electronics without jumper wires? You wouldn't get too far. Okay, now that we have all the LEDs connected, all we're going to need is one more red jumper wire to go from our resistor over to the ground pin on the very end. Once you have this, we are ready to write the code. Okay, so now I am going to show you the code for the Arduino. Basically, I'm going to start off by doing a double slash my circuit, enter slash again. It will be cool. Okay, now let me just fix that real quick. Okay, and now we're ready to start with the actual code itself. this will just tell people what it will be doing. So you want to start by doing a void setup. I can't remember what those little things are called at the moment. But you gotta put those there, and then one of the little pointy ones, space pointy one at the end. Now, basically, we are just going to set all the digital pins right now. So I'll put in the little commentary. I'll just copy and paste that in from another one of my things so I don't have to take all day typing it. And you see we're going to initialize the digital pins as outputs, and then pins 2 through 7 have an LED connected to them. So now we're going to put the actual code itself that will tell the Arduino what to do. This part I just kind of copy and pasted it, and it didn't recognize it the way I wanted it to. But I'm not gonna just delete all this. What I'll do is I'll just delete it all and probably copy it again, because this is just stupid. So let me just delete this and copy. Come right in here and whoops, I just meant to do paste. And copy it again and paste. Okay, well that time it worked, so now I'll just even those up. What this will do is set a pin mode, pin capital M mode, 2 through 7 as basically outputs. You gotta make sure that you have all these and setting up all the pins as outputs, because if you don't, some will be dim and some will be bright. Now what we'll do is we'll put the little pointy thing, parentheses, void setup, void loop actually, that will be a void loop. That's the next one, 2 parentheses, and a pointy parentheses after a space. Now we're going to enter down and start putting in the code we need. So this code will be precisely on what I want it to do. So I want the LED to turn on and then off, and then go to the next one, turn on and off. So what I'll do is I will just copy in a small section of the other code that I have to show you kind of what it should look like right here. See, digital write, set the pin to high, then delay for 100 milliseconds. Digital write to low, delay for 10 milliseconds. So there isn't a very big gap between the time that the LED turns off and the next one turns on. I'll just fix that real quick. But anyways, this is just a small piece, and you're going to want several cells of these. So it'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and then back down 6, 5, 4, 3. And I will explain that in a minute. Let me just drag over another copy right here of the code that I'm copying it from, and this will kind of show you basically what all the codes look like. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. You don't have to repeat 7. 6, and then it goes down 5, 4, and 3. You don't need a 2 at the bottom, because it will basically just go back up to the top and go to the 2 on the top when it's done. So essentially it'll go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 4, 3. On and off, all separately. Basically you can just use all those codes. So here we have our Arduino with the code already uploaded. I uploaded it and made sure everything worked before I made this video. Now if I put it together correctly again, I should have done it right. For my power supply, I am going to use this little Samsung wall wart for charging a phone through a USB, which makes the perfect portable power supply for me so far, except I do not have batteries for it yet. So basically I will hook up that to a USB cable extension, and then that comes, and my little USB extension cable from an A to a B socket, which is slightly more square, will go into the Arduino. So now, without further ado, I will hook up the Arduino, and I will find a power supply nearby here. I'll just pull this out right here. I will plug in my power supply to a board, and now basically it is ready to go. So let me try to stretch this over, pull everything over a little bit so I have a little bit more cord room. And without further ado, I give you the Knight Rider effect. The code can be altered to make it go any speed you would like. I think that they should take this little light off the Arduino, right down here by my finger, and it would look a lot cooler. I obviously did it right because it's working very good. You can alter the code in any way and make any LED colors. You can use white, blue, green, yellow, red, purple, chartreuse. Any color your heart desires that they make in an LED. So, well, that's about it. That's an easy way to make an Knight Rider circuit with an Arduino. If you have any video requests, please send them to me, and I'll do my best to make them. Please look on my channel for any other Arduino videos. Peace out.